Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nightmare Toys podcast. We are on episode 85. I am Brian, and with me is...
Christy!
And today we are talking about the Insidious franchise. We went and saw the new one over the weekend. Mm-hmm. Well, you went and saw it yesterday.
I saw it last night.
Yeah, you saw it last night. But I think we both watched the entire series, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so. I sure did. Yeah, I needed a refresher. I'm glad we did this because I've never actually just sat down and watched all of them in a row like that, you know? We usually have 1 and 2 playing like at the restaurant or here in the restaurant and the TVs, yeah. So you kind of are always taking a glimpse of 1 and 2, so it was nice to finally just watch all of them in a row and really get the full story. So yeah, this was a fun one to do.
It was, and I will say, you can watch them like how they're released. Don't try to watch them chronologically because it's a pain in the ass. Okay. So
you can try.
You can try. It's not fun though, especially if you don't have them digitally or have access to them. I guess digitally,
right?
Because it's a lot up and down.
Well, tell them how you watched it, just so people know.
So if you want to watch in chronological, essentially you have to start with the last key. And go, I think it's a half hour in. Then you got to take it out, put in 3, go all the way through. And then when that's over, you go back to 4. And then it's 1, 2, and then 5, the Red Door.
Right.
And it wasn't fun.
Well, you could still just do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, too.
That honestly,
I can't believe you did that.
I'll say it. You really don't even have to watch the last key. Like, you don't. Like, I feel like the last key was kind of just a moneymaker for them. Like, I feel it didn't add anything to it.
No, they didn't. It was just telling...
it's just more... It's a backstory of Elise.
Elise. Yeah, it's just telling more of her.
And her creepy-ass father.
Right. Oh, my God, yes.
Like,
which, I don't know, I kind of like that part of it. But, yeah, it didn't have... I don't know what I'm trying to say. A lot of the elements that the other ones had. Is that what you're trying to say too, in a way?
Yeah, like it was missing like something for it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just I just don't know what to say about it. But
like, I mean, you have Elise and then Specs and Trevor. So like you have them, but then like the rest of it's just about Elise and like the house that she grew up in, right. And then the secrets that it had.
And I guess that's why they did it, just to tell us that story, to tell us her story and how, you know, her psychic abilities and all that became, you know, how it began, you know, and what happened when she was a kid. Because she did see, didn't she see one of the ghosts?
She saw what she thought was the ghost, but was actually a living person that was chained up in the basement by her father.
Right. I'm trying to think. Did she see any of the demons though when she was a kid that were in the other ones? I thought she did. Maybe not.
I think only when she was the adult.
Okay. I like the backstory, but I agree with you. It probably is the weaker one, if you want to call it that, out of all of them, right?
Yeah, like I wasn't a fan of it. Like, and it was the first time seeing it too. I thought I saw it when it came out, but apparently I didn't. And
see, I didn't remember it either.
And
I bought it.
And then
and watched it, but I didn't have any remembering.
Yeah, like I own it, because I have the whole franchise on my Vudu account. But then I'm like watching, I'm like, I don't remember this movie at all.
Yeah, me too.
And then I'm watching, I'm like
the same experience.
I'm like I felt like this was kind of pointless to watch. Like it added nothing to like the story itself.
And it is pretty disturbing though. Her story is disturbing. When she was a kid, her father was disgusting, and then you got the next guy down that did the same thing her father did. Because
like as an adult, at least, like she had the visions in 3 at the end with the whatever you want to call the demon, the red-faced demon, or demon on fire, whatever.
I'm not sure what we're calling
They explain it a few different ways.
Yeah.
But like she saw it then, but then like, you know, she goes back to her childhood house. Like it made.
Yeah, why would
why wouldn't you just go to the Lambert house to begin with?
Right.
Like it had come around a second time for her to finally go, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah, you're right. I thought the same thing kind of with the movie too. It's probably my least favorite, and I know you said that to me, that it was your least favorite, right?
Yeah, I didn't care for it. But so we're kind of going out.
Yeah, we just started talking about part 4.
We're kind of, I guess in a way we're gonna kind of go in chronological order.
Yeah, let's do that. It doesn't matter.
So it goes to chapter 3, like I guess technically midway through 4. And she's helping this girl who shows up on her doorstep who wants to communicate with her mother, which, what could go wrong there?
Right.
And then the girl gets into the accident, and she's got pretty much dealing with the 2 broken legs while the demon is trying to take over her body. Which
right.
I think
real freaking creepy.
Yeah, which I think I have to say, I like the ghost in 3, I think, the most. I think he was the most menacing one.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, besides the, demon from the original films.
Right.
But, it was just, non-stop, torturing her.
It was. I actually like 3 the best now that I've watched all of them. I thought it was the most creepiest one, and just really a lot going on with that one. That one too. So these movies have jump scares. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't know that and you haven't watched them, it's a lot about jump scares, of course.
It's the way of the PG-13 horror
Right.
films.
They're all PG-13 too. But for me, part 3 had the best jump scares and more of them. I mean, I actually did freak out, and I didn't do that with any of the other stuff, only on part 3. And it was just extremely creepy, and just I don't know the word I'm looking for, when when the demon gets a hold of her and she's just busting the cast off her legs on this bed and just hit, and I'm going, oh my god, and my legs are hurting watching this. And then she tries to walk, and then it's like,
and
it's like all exorcist
they're
looking
rubber
stuff
because the bones are starting to
and then the noises
regenerate.
they put in for it, and it's just like, oh my god, it's a very creepy freaky moment.
And it kind of goes along with the dysfunctional family storyline that the originals have.
Yes, it
Because
did.
you have the father, who is Dermot Mulroney, who's phenomenal in this one.
I was about to say that.
He does really good as father figures.
I think so too.
Tormented father figures.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so funny. I think the same thing.
I'm looking back. I'm like,
I thought the same
Angels in the
thing.
Outfield. He was tormented, not only losing the wife, but having to give up his son. Then this one, and then just this earlier this year with Scream 6.
Yeah.
He does really good.
I think so too. I thought the same thing as I was watching it. I really liked the family dynamic, though. Even though there was a lot going on, I still like the family dynamic of the father and the 2 kids.
Yeah. Because he's trying to do his best, and he's asking the daughter for help, but the daughter just kind of wants to get away.
There's a son too,
and the son's kind of a jerk. I'll say it.
he's just he's a brother.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the father just doesn't want his daughter be telling these tales or whatnot, grow up. He's trying his best with everything he can, and then she gets pretty banged up.
Yeah, she does. She goes through.
And then finally at the end, he comes to realize that he wasn't there. She wasn't making this stuff up.
Right.
The mother shows up, which predictable, but
this is true. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen at some point, and of course she does and saves the day, right? The mom ghost. But I really thought this was the creepiest and freakiest one out of all of them, in my opinion. And of course, I love 1 and 2, and I love everything about 1 and 2 and the actors and everything. I don't know. I just really liked 3. It really gave it to me.
I think 3 would be my second favorite of the series.
And your first is
the original, yeah. The first
and I think
one.
that's pretty much everybody's favorite. I would assume is the original. So I seen somebody ask this question on Twitter, and most everybody was saying part 1, and I was the one person to say 3. Well, let's talk about part 1 then.
Yeah, so we'll hop right into part 1, where Dalton learns to fly.
Yes. what they call
Astral body projections.
projection. There you go. That I couldn't get it out. And I mean, that's an actual real thing. You know, it really is. People do that. So
yeah. So you know, this was the one to where they took the haunted house story and they flipped it, which I think was the most genius thing to do at that time. Now you see a lot of people copying what they did to where.
Yeah, when did it? I wrote all this down. When did this come out?
2010.
2010 for Insidious, 2013 for Part 2, 2015 for Part 3, and 2018 for Part 4. I write all this stuff down.
I have them on my phone. I just didn't.
And they're all consistent. All of them are pretty much the same runtime. Part 3 was just a little bit shorter than all the rest of them, but they're all about an hour and like 43, 44 minutes, and they're all PG-13.
Yep.
So there you go.
So, but yeah, it was just fun to where, you know, you hear it's not the house that's haunted, it's your son.
It's your son, yeah.
At
And he's supposed to be in a coma.
Yeah, the coma.
They covered up with a coma. Yeah. Which, you know, makes sense.
So, and then the whole thing, he's chained up by the red-faced demon, or demon with face on fire, as they keep describing it.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody else calls him Death Maul or whoever from Star Wars.
Oh, Darth Maul.
Darth. So, excuse me. Sorry.
Don't start anarchy with the Star Wars fans.
No,
they're worse than the Myers fans.
I know. People like to comment that on my post on Instagram. Star Wars fans are worse. I don't want to know. Okay, I don't want to know. But I've heard that quite a bit. Yes, I'm sorry, Darth. Because Darth Vader, yes. Okay, got it. God. Just the red-black demon. That's what I call it. Which is scary.
It really is. You know, that, like, if anything was to get, you know, merchandise from this movie series, I'm surprised he never did. Or the Black Bride. Like, you figure those were the two most, like, the two characters out of this entire franchise that they could have done something with. Like, action figures,
well, you see
masks.
Them in the other ones a little bit.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, it's mainly, like, the first two. And then, and then this newer one.
Yeah.
I think the other ones, they just kind of shoehorned them in.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to put them in there.
Yeah, they just showed them for, like, a second just to kind of...
But I don't know. Like, I remember seeing the first one in theaters and just how creepy it was. Like, just the feel and everything with it. And I think that's the brilliance with James Wan and Lee Winnell when they work together. Like,
agreed.
They come up with stuff that is original and very creepy.
I totally agree.
And the fact that they did it with 3 different franchises,
I know,
is
right?
amazing.
It is amazing. That's awesome. I love them. I like their movies.
So I mean, if you're, you know, the Saw franchise, then this, The Conjuring,
Yep.
And you know,
I like how Lee likes to be in his movies too.
Yeah,
and I love him. I love his characters.
I like that he's starting to direct stuff on his own now.
Yeah.
I think it was. I mean, he did phenomenal with the Upgrade. I thought that was a really well done movie.
That one I have not seen.
And then
Upgrade.
He just did.
Is Upgrade a horror movie?
It's like a horror sci-fi movie.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's definitely a brutal type movie, like in his wheelhouse. And then he just did Invisible Man.
Oh, okay.
So
I have yet to watch that.
I think Lee is the tortured one. Like, really watching all this stuff, like, I'm like, what does he have, like, trauma that he's trying to deal with?
I don't know. I would love to ask him that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Be cool if he did a convention.
It would be cool.
It would be very cool.
I don't think anyone can afford James at this point.
No.
James is like the go-to guy now in the way of indie horror films.
But they're a good team.
They are.
Very good team. And I do enjoy their movies and their collaborations, and they come up with some very just creepy, freaky, nasty, gory stuff and just crazy off the wall stuff.
Yeah. And they have range too. Like,
yeah.
Like the Insidious movies, they're not gory in any way, but they're really creepy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you got the Saws.
You got the Saws.
You know,
the Conjurings. I guess they kind of got gory. Like as they go on, like they kind of got gory in a way.
A little.
But more creepy, but I think it's good to see like how they started to like where they are.
Yeah, I think so. And then even like I said, I like his acting. I like it that he puts himself, and he's always a little bit of the comic relief though.
Specs.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, he's great.
He is great.
The
Specs and Trevor.
wannabe ghost hunters.
But okay, so let's talk about Specs and Trevor. Okay, number one, their van or bus, whatever you want to call it, is really cool. What is that?
What they call him for? The Spookmobile?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, but it's really cool looking. I like the logo they have on it. They're hilarious. So they're like the comic relief of the movies.
Yeah, the sidekicks.
If you haven't watched the movies yet, they are the comic relief of it. And they end up becoming friends with Elise and knowing Elise, and then they team up. They're a team, the three of them. And I love the three of them.
Yeah.
Because she's the more serious one, like the mom of them, you know. And then she makes them dress in the white shirts and the tie. And if you noticed, in every movie, Trevor has a different hairdo. And his hairdos are something to be desired. One, he looks like Mr. T. The next one, he has a mullet. He has all these crazy hairdos. And he's always eating something. It's something different in the movies. Did you notice that too? Because at the end of part 5, it was the Jell-O. I was like, he's going to eat something. He hadn't done it yet, but he will. And he freaking did. And I was like, see? There he is. He ate something. Because when you see him at first, he's always eating a cupcake or candy bar or something. It's just funny. I love them.
Well, no, part 4 was the Jell-O. The niece is in the hospital.
I thought it was part 5.
No, part 5, they just show up on the...
But he ate something, because I remember saying something. No, he didn't, because they just showed up on the TV. That's right.
Yeah, he was just on the laptop.
You're right. He's right. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm getting them mixed up. You're right. They were just on the TV in part 5. But yes, in this one, they had the Jell-O.
Yeah.
I remember there's Jell-O somewhere. But it's great cast.
Yeah, and then to me, part 1 is like the torch carrier for the series. Like,
oh yeah, if it wasn't the part 1, you probably wouldn't get all the rest of them.
Well,
you think? Well, maybe that one when they're telling.
Oh no,
story.
I mean, like, it seemed like part 2 is to where it made the most money up until this new one, and then it started dwindling down. I think at that point people were kind of just over it, because they kind of just like forced them out, which companies tend to do.
Yes,
with certain franchises. We get sick and tired of them. Some of them involve holidays. But then, like, this new one did really well.
Yeah. Maybe everybody was just ready for another Insidious, maybe.
Well, yeah, because it was supposed to be 9 years.
9 years later.
9 years later.
I was a little surprised.
After the events of 2.
Right.
So essentially 2, Josh ends up being the one possessed.
Right.
And then things happen.
Well, he learns about his childhood and that he was an I can't say that.
Astro projectile.
That. That he did that too. And the demons had came to him then, but
yeah, the bride in black.
He just, suppressed them.
Which was a man.
Yes, which was
Spoiler!
a man. Which just makes him even more creepier and weird and sick and twisted, and he is anyway.
You find out he was a serial killer and
that liked to dress like that when he
dressed like that, and then he.
But how scary is that character, though?
Very creepy.
Yes, and I do think that if they made a figure of that one or the black red demon, it would be really cool. But who knows? Who knows if they ever will? I don't know if it's the type of movies or franchise to get merch. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think action figures was sold.
Oh, I think so too, but I don't know if the higher powers are thinking to get it done.
Not, I mean, not at that point. I mean, unless it was like a major franchise, I don't think.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we can, do merchandise. I think nowadays, had they gone into it, they probably would have.
Yeah.
They would have, but we do T-shirts and masks and toys and stuff.
Yeah, that'd been cool. I don't know. Anyway, some of the demons are questionable to make toys, though. I want a little Elise doll. I love Lin Shaye. Can I just say that? I want to meet her. I've never met her, so I really like to meet her at some point.
I don't think she does conventions. I know she does private signings. I have learned that.
She was at one convention we were at, and I did not get to her table, and I cannot remember the convention it was. It was...
Long time ago.
It was Whorehound in 2019. Yes, because I remember her table being over here. Yep, it was Whorehound 2019, and I never did get over there to get her autograph. And I was upset. That was the only one I've seen her at that I've been at.
Yeah, because I know she does private signings, so maybe...
I feel like I seen something recently where she was going to be somewhere. I thought I seen that somewhere. Maybe I didn't.
I've never seen her name pop up.
I don't know.
But I mean, it'd be nice if she went to like Texas Frightmare.
Yeah.
Granted, it'd probably be the same situation to where she would have to have her own room.
Yeah, probably. At this point, she's done so many movies.
Yeah, she's done a lot.
Yeah, I love her. I love her in these movies. And then you get Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne, and Patrick Wilson being in the Conjuring movies as well. He's a busy guy.
I've seen Patrick do conventions. Like it's only like normally one day, but
yeah.
he does do some of them.
That would be insane. That'd be cool.
Because I know he's done a lot of like the fan fests.
Right. Okay.
So I mean.
So let me ask you this. I was just kind of thinking out of the box for a minute. Do you think maybe the Insidious world and the Conjuring world is maybe kind of sort of the same, or maybe within the same universes, maybe? All these demons and all these...
That'd be kind of awkward considering Patrick Wilson plays two different characters.
I know that. I get that. But still.
No, I mean...
I'm talking about the whole spirit world, not the
characters. Yeah. No, I mean, it could possibly be. I mean, anything's possible in Hollywood.
Right. This is true.
I mean...
I just love how both franchises come up with a lot of different scary characters within their franchise instead of it just always just being one type character, right?
Yeah.
Because you get different entities and different things going on in all these movies. So it's not just, it's, like people that have passed away but can't get out of the further. But then you also have all the demons and scary entities and bad people too that are in the further. So it's fun.
Well, I was saying,
very creepy.
How would you feel if you were in like Rose Byrne's position in these movies, to where she's the one dealing with all the entities, but yet she doesn't know why?
Right.
Like in both movies, and I feel really bad for her because she gets messed up too.
Well, and then in part 5, is that a spoiler? Are we saying spoiler?
Well, I already spoiled the Bride in Black. But I mean, again, if you haven't seen them now, I mean,
well, they're divorced.
It's been over 10 years.
They're divorced in part 5,
yeah.
Which I was surprised. I wasn't.
I was not, surprised because
Were you not
it was a lot of trauma.
But yes, and now that what you're saying, now I get it.
Because
I would divorce him like she did.
Because really,
because he tried to kill them.
Well, yeah, I mean, you go back to the first one. She was the one dealing with everything.
Right.
Josh was never home. Second one, again. They're at his mother's house.
Yes.
Now,
Barbara Hershey's house.
And again, she's dealing with everything. She's the one dealing with the I don't even know what they called her. The Bride in Black's mother, abusive mother.
Yes.
Who tried to turn him into the girl, kind of sleepaway campish.
Yeah.
Which
I know. I thought the same thing.
Which I never noticed until that horror couple had put it in there. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing. I was like, oh, that's kind of sleepaway campish. And I was watching that.
To where, you're a girl!
Yeah. Yeah, she is scary.
Yeah.
That woman is very scary.
Yeah,
I like that character.
I forget her name. I think her name is Danielle. I think. But she was also the sister in the Curse of Chucky movie.
Yes, she was.
So.
Yes, she was. And I think I just seen her do a convention. I seen people post pictures with her and get autographs recently.
Yeah.
On Instagram. So I guess she does conventions. Yeah. Yeah, she was great as that character. Very scary. Ugh.
Yeah, just like her dynamic with Rose. Like, Rose is I think the real star in all this. Like, granted, she's not in the newer one as much. She's in it for like maybe 4 minutes total.
You think it's 4 minutes total?
It might be less. It's like she's not in a whole lot.
No, she's in it like at the beginning, and then like maybe there's a phone call somewhere, and they show her, and then a little bit at the end. Maybe 5 minutes.
Maybe 5 minutes, but but for me, like she was like really the main character for 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, like you said, she was really going through everything. She was seeing her own ghost, plus having to deal with her son, Dalton, his stuff, and then her husband's stuff, and then
I would say her husband gets possessed and then tries to go killing them, kind of Shining like.
Yeah, yeah, I thought that too.
And then
he comes through the door like he does.
Yeah. So I mean, I could see her, kind of wanting out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised about it first, and then as it went on, I was like, well, I mean, I guess I kind of understand. And then we wouldn't have much more of a story if they weren't divorced, really, because it was a lot more about Dalton and the dad, but a little more about Dalton.
Yeah.
And
so essentially the whole dysfunctional family comes up again now.
Right.
With it, where again it's father and the child.
Right.
To where there's just, nothing's happening.
I like how he's an artist, and he actually draws the red door.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is where I don't know what I was thinking going into this movie. I guess I was thinking we would see the red door a lot more than what we did. I mean, we've seen it, but not as much as I thought we would see it. And I guess I don't know what I was wanting from the red door. I don't know, more explanation of the red door, but we didn't get, I don't know. I didn't get that.
I guess the red door is the gateway.
It's the gateway, right? I don't know. I don't know what I was wanting.
Like that. So I guess we could just hop into 5 now.
Well, we already have.
Yeah, we already have. But yeah, so it does open 9 years later. It picks up right at the end of 2.
Right.
And then they go through their little trance, I guess. And then
they get hypnotized.
And then it's 9 years later, and that's where we learn Josh has become kind of like dysfunctional to where he says everything's has been foggy for him. He doesn't know what's going on. And then Dalton doesn't even remember the coma. But then they both go into like trances in their own ways, and then that opens everything back up. And it really starts because they're at the funeral for Josh's mom, which I was sad to see. I wanted
to see Barbara
Hershey come back.
We just got a drawing.
Yeah,
which was a good drawing.
It was a good.
And
drawing.
Then he tore it up.
So and then it becomes Dalton and Josh are fighting amongst each other, to where Dalton is pretty much said that Josh has become the worst father in the world. No wonder, the mom divorced her, Renee,
right,
who's Rose Byrne's character. And then even Renee is like, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Right.
And then, it's, about Josh kind of redeeming himself.
Yeah.
He's like, he knows something's wrong, and he's going to try to figure out. And I think, and that's where everything starts to happen again.
Yeah. And I think things also really start happening too, like I said, when Dalton starts drawing stuff.
Because
that's
the
when
teacher
his
makes him unlock the door, and
he starts getting some type of memory, something going on, and he does it on paper. But yeah, the art teacher. No, she was mean.
She was.
The art teacher was mean. That was a mean art class. I might want to be in that art class.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't do art.
Yeah, I don't either. My sister did, but not me.
But I will say that when the door opens and then the demon grabs him, that was the one time I jumped in the entire series. I think it was mainly because the speakers like blew out the air to where it's so loud.
I jumped. My favorite part was the beginning when Josh, the dad, was in the MRI thing, and the first thing you see is Yeah, and the MRI CAT scan thing, and he's stuck in there, and then you see one of the entities just like crawl like right to him in there. I was like, oh my god, that's freaky. That freaked me out. That was my favorite part. That was a good moment.
Yeah. So I will say I like that everyone came back except
Yes.
Barbara Hershey.
Right. The kids are the
all
actual kids.
Yeah, it's all the original kids, which I loved. Dalton definitely grew up.
Yes, he did.
Which I'm like, oh, great.
Wait a minute. Can we talk about the kids just for a second? Can we backtrack just for a second? There was something I did notice watching part 1. So you see that they have 3 kids. You got Dalton and what was the other kid's name? Foster, and then the baby, which was
Callie.
the daughter. Yes. But once everything kind of starts happening, you never see the other 2 kids throughout the rest of the movie.
No,
ever.
And that's kind of, I mean, they weren't really involved in the other movies. Well, Foster was more involved in the second one, which I think you notice, like in this new one, Foster's starting to, go through things himself.
Yeah, he had some memories too. They showed him.
So, but Callie was just a baby, so like, she wouldn't have
but
so she was just kind of gone.
You never see, but through all what's happening in part 1, the baby's not crying. You never hear the baby, you never see the baby, you never nothing. Now in part 2, I think it was, there is a moment where you hear the baby crying, but you don't see it. You never see the other kids.
Because the kids are always gone.
But they don't say that. They don't really say that. Like, where did they go? They didn't.
No, they did, because they show Renee dropping the kids off.
In part 1 or 2?
In part 2.
Okay. Well, in part 1.
Part 1.
They don't show anything.
Oh yeah, Foster's kind of just.
It's just
gone.
like they just disappear. It's like you see them beginning the movie. We have 3 kids,
no,
and
then
they
say that the kids went to Josh's mother's. I think in the first one that she dropped it off to Josh's mother.
I don't know, but the mom is at the house with them doing all this stuff. So who's watching the kids? I don't know why this is an issue. It's just something I noticed. I was just like, okay.
No, I don't think the mom was there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Of the first one. Like she was there at the, when they
were all there.
Not the very end though.
Yes, they were all there.
Was she? No.
Yeah, because Specs, all of them were all in the room.
I don't remember
watching all that happen and watching them suppress their memories and all that.
I don't remember the mom.
I thought she was there. Because I remember sitting going like, what happened to the kids and who the hell's watching the kids? I remember saying that when I was watching part 1.
And you got bad parenting.
You just don't see them. It's just like, okay, now we just wrote them out. And then like the poor girl, like they bring her back in part 5, but she only says one little line and then you never see her again. But Foster you see a couple times because Dalton calls him to talk about stuff.
But Foster was also there in the basement when Josh was trying to beat their head in with a hammer.
And you do get to see like him a little more in part 2, like you said. It was part 1 that they just kind of disappear.
Yeah, screw the kids.
But whatever.
Who needs the kids?
Yeah, we don't need the other ones. We're only gonna...
They only care about Dalton.
Yep. Just something I noticed.
It was always about Dalton.
Well, it is always about Dalton.
Had he not gone up that stupid ladder, we wouldn't have this series.
Right. I like how they, in part 5, though, depicted all those, like, scenes or memories.
Mm-hmm.
As memories.
The flashbacks and everything.
Yeah.
To where it all ties it together.
Yeah.
Even in the Astro World, further, when Dalton's going through everything, like, he goes back to, the basement of 2.
Right.
And it, like, ties it in.
I do wish we could have seen Trevor and Specs a little more. They only show them on TV really quick, and then that's about it. And then you get Elise later on. But...
who is a ghost, because she's dead.
Right. Yeah, this is big spoilers.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
I'm not sorry.
But it was nice seeing her, of course. But I think the comic relief in this one, though, Dalton is at college, so you do get college stuff in this.
Roommate Chris.
Who is
she's
the girl. She's more of the comic relief of this. Did you like her character?
I did. Yeah. I thought her character would be like someone I would want to hang out with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's even funny because even Dalton's like, I don't want to do a frat, and Josh is like, just try it. If you don't do it, you don't do it. And then he sends a photo of them. Like, yeah, I went to the party. It was lame.
She talked him into it. But okay, so the puking ghost, I'm going to call it the puking ghost. I don't know what else to call him. Was disgusting. That was really gross in this movie. That was probably my grossest part in this movie. I can't do puke. And that was gross. Seeing him in the bathroom and then him on top of the bed and he pukes all over Dalton and oh god, it was gross.
I think my favorite thing is that we finally got to learn that even if you're in the astro projection world, you can affect the real world. And then we learned that to where the demon goes after Chris. And it kind of made it more life-threatening, like.
Yeah.
To where you're like, oh, crap, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. So did you like part 5 overall?
I did like part 5. I would say it's probably my third. It's like in the middle of the series because there's only 5 movies.
Right.
But it's like my third favorite. There were some things I probably would have changed with it, just to kind of make it flow better. It did kind of hop around a little bit. I think just like spacing wise, rather than hopping back and forth between the characters, probably would have been.
You mean like the hopping back and forth between
Josh
and Dalton? Yeah, because you kind of had in a way 2 different stories, kind of in a way, but they're also the same too.
Because with this one, Josh learns about his father, who was just like him.
Right.
He was a psychiatric patient that was married to his mom, or not married? Was he married or just the dad?
I think they were married.
Were they married? To where he commits suicide. He left a note. This ends with me.
Right. But I don't think he knew that he was in a mental hospital.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
so
he
learns
know.
that in this
So he
one.
learns that, and then his dad is pretty much the one haunting him.
Right.
While Dalton's being, haunted again by the demon face on fire, or whatever the hell you want to call him.
Yes.
Red face demon.
That one.
To where then they kind of like, it's not really until the very end to where they intertwine, to where they're like, oh, we have to work together to close this door.
Yeah.
For me, I probably would have changed the ending. So, spoiler.
Okay.
I would have had it to where Josh died. I would have had him been there to where the demon just yanks him through the door. And he just dies right there at the chair.
Oh, okay.
Because then there's can't shoehorn him into like another one. They say this is the last one, but money talks.
But they didn't die.
But they talk. So yeah, I think for me, which I get, you want people to go home happy and whatnot.
But get the happy little ending.
I think I would have had it to where Dalton, comes back, and he's painting the door, but then Josh ends up dying. That the demon pulls him through the door before he finishes painting.
Yeah, I thought he, wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
That could have been a little more exciting.
I think it would have meant
just
more.
Kept it that way instead of him waking up.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
So I
think just gave away the whole movie.
I don't care. Go see it anyways. The movie is good.
Oh yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy all of this, the whole franchise. I enjoy all of the movies. We just have our favorite and our least favorite in it, but I don't hate these movies at all whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that it's Patrick Wilson as his first movie, which I think that means something too. Like being, there from the start to, this is going to be the first one I do as a director. Right. I think it meant something to him, and I think that's the only way we got all the cast to come back.
I was about to say that too. Yeah.
Like, I don't think they would have came back if it was, someone else.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting that it's the actual actors, because that never happens at all.
No.
Especially with the girl, being a baby at that time.
Yeah.
But that's really her.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
That happens.
I love it. Well, what do you rank 5?
I give it a solid 7.
I think I'm with you on that, yeah.
Like, for me,
7's a good number.
The first one is like a 9. 3 is like an 8. This one's a 7, and then it kind of dwindles down.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I think so. I'm with you on that. For me, 3 is my favorite, and then 1, 2, 5, 4. So, but I probably give this new one a 7.
Yeah.
I'll probably give I don't know, maybe 3, 1, and 2, all an 8. And give 4 a 6.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I give 4.
It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
I like the backstory of her, though.
It's pretty bad. It's like
no, it's not.
It's like that redheaded stepchild.
The redheaded stepchild.
To where it was made that no one asked for it to be made. Like certain movies.
Okay, let me ask this. Since we're right here in this conversation, let's go ahead and do this. Are you a person that don't like it when franchises or whatever give backstories on certain characters, or do you like that?
No, I think if it's going to help the franchise, then by all means do it. But if it's something to where we've already seen it and they're like, oh, we're going to do it again, then I'm like, well, don't do it. That's just a waste of time. Like at that point, it's a money grab. That's all it is.
Right.
Which, I mean, the backstory we pretty much got from part 3. We learned Elise lost her husband. We learn how she meets Specs and Trevor. Mm-hmm. To where then, 4, it's like, oh, well, this is why I'm traumatized. But like, even as a little girl, she was seeing ghosts already. So I'm like,
right.
Well, that kind of does nothing for us. We don't learn why she's seeing the ghosts.
We just get new ghosts.
We just get new ghosts and be like, oh, apparently she had a brother and nieces now. Like, all right, I don't care.
Yeah, we get all. I like her character. I kind of care, but I get it. I mean, it is.
Yeah, like if it's going to help the story, then yeah. I mean, I will watch it open-minded and but I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say it's good if it's not.
It wasn't as creepy and freaky and scary as the rest of them.
No,
I think.
Like as for it being a haunted paranormal ghost story, the scariest thing honestly about it was her father.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And I mean, and that point that's about it.
Yeah.
Like I feel to me, I just felt it was a movie that was unnecessary to be made.
Okay.
I mean, if you like it, you like it. Cool, all for it. But for me, it was a very strong miss.
Well, I asked that question because I'm sure you've seen people say this over the years on social medias too. But like a lot of people, like back to the Halloween franchise, a lot of people don't like Rob Zombies because they don't like the backstory. They hate the backstory. They don't want a backstory.
Are you talking about with the original?
The Rob Zombie's Halloween.
The Young Myers?
Yeah.
I actually like that.
I love the backstory on that.
I thought it made perfect sense of why he is so messed up.
Right. Me too. I thought that too. But apparently a lot of people, they don't like that backstory and they don't want a backstory. But that is Rob Zombie's take on it. So I like that he gave a backstory.
Yeah, he didn't,
it's not.
He wasn't born with the evil. He was, well, I guess in a way he was, but it was pretty much because of the stepfather.
They showed his crappy life.
Yeah, the crappy sister, the crappy abusive stepfather.
Right.
And, he all the bullies, and he just finally snapped.
And he snapped. Yeah. Which I like that backstory. That there's that. And then a lot of people also don't like the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street because they give a backstory, which I like backstories. So
see, I didn't like the remake.
Well, yeah, you don't like it at all. But did you like the backstory of it at all, though?
No.
Okay.
Because I think it was better to where you don't actually know.
I like
I
backstory.
think it added more to be like, well, what if he didn't, and they just killed him?
Yeah.
But to where this remake is like, oh yeah, no, he did it.
This is true.
But I won't take anything away from Jackie Earle Haley. Like he did phenomenal in the movie. Like the actors, I mean, they did the best with what they could. The dialogue, it was crap. I'll be honest. But then it was also, they had a director who had no idea what he was doing, and I think that's kind of the issue to where you just pull a music video director and you're like, all right, go make a movie.
Right. Yeah, it was a good cast though.
It was a great cast. I mean, I love
all popular people at that moment, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie Earle Haley, he gets a lot of crap because, I mean, he wasn't Robert Englund. I thought he did great with Freddy. It's not his fault that the makeup was crap. I mean, no, it's true. Like, you watch the music video, or the behind the scenes, like, it's just green dots all over his face that they CGI'd. Like, take the time to do the makeup.
Yeah, well, we don't get all the great makeup stuff that we got back in the 80s.
I mean, I respect that they went it made him actually look like a burn victim.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did the work on that. The CGI didn't help.
Well, no, I agree with that.
And then Connie Brin, who I just love.
Right.
I love her.
Yeah, I like her too.
And then you had Clancy Brown. You had Rooney Mara. Kyle Gallagher.
Yeah, maybe.
Kyle. And you had so many. You had Thomas Dekker. You had Katie Cassidy, who I just love her. Not only is she hot, but she's a good actor, and she like kind of got away from the horror movies.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I haven't seen her do anything.
She was really big on the Arrow TV show.
Yeah. Okay.
But now because that's over, she's doing a lot of independent movies now. So I mean, like the cast was great, but even if the cast is coming out and saying, "Yeah, that we hated being on set,"
Yeah.
like everything kept changing on us day to day. We had no idea what we were doing. Like at that point, the studio should have stepped in.
Okay, I agree with that. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. Like I don't hate on it.
Like I never thought there would be a movie in the franchise to where I hated more than Dream Child. Yeah, and then that came out.
He hates Dream Child.
I do hate Dream Child.
He can't stand it.
It's a pretty bad movie as well.
I think it's fun.
Well, I mean, a lot of people hate the Freddy's Dead. I love it. I think that one's fun.
And see, that one's my least favorite.
Yeah.
See?
So see, you can have your own opinions and not be snowflakes about it.
Right. But then we can talk about it maturely and
Some
have
people
fun with it. I'd
some
rather
people
just have
can't.
fun with it.
Some people will go for your head. Like,
Yeah.
straightforward.
I laugh at myself sometimes for some of the stuff that I don't like. Like, I don't even take my own self seriously half the fucking time, so whatever. But me and you can do this. A lot of times, though, me and you mainly agree a lot on stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I just asked you that question because I didn't know if you liked backstories. I enjoy
Good.
backstories in movies.
Some of the backstories I really enjoy. Like,
Sometimes it makes the movie better, in my opinion.
Like, I wish someone would do a backstory for Jason. To, like, him as the kid. Like, before he drowns.
Right.
You learn more about Pamela. You learn about the father.
Is that not what this TV series is going to do?
I have no idea what's going on with this TV series. I don't
We
even
just
think.
keep getting pictures.
Yeah, like, we keep getting pictures. I don't even know if it's still coming out on Halloween. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
I
with
haven't
it.
heard anything about it in a minute.
I don't know if it got shut down because of this whole writer's strike.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like it just kind of like ceased to exist.
I was excited about it though.
Yeah, so I think everyone.
I think everybody's excited about it. Get
So,
something.
Maybe we'll hear something at Comic-Con here in 2 weeks.
We'll see.
I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to see something else from Jason. I want to see his backstory.
Yeah.
More of his backstory than what we've gotten. Well, all right. Well, anything else you want to say about Insidious?
Go see the new movie.
Yeah. Go see it. At our movie theater, we had like a big red
cardboard
thing that you can take pictures with. That was really cool.
I'm really hoping they do something for the Meg because that'd be fun.
Oh, the Meg.
I saw one theater to where you take over Jason Statham's position on like the speedboat, and then, like the giant shark is just like right behind you.
When is that coming out?
That is August 4th.
Well, we'll definitely have to do the Meg 2.
Yes.
Because I watched the Meg recently. Finally. I finally was like, I just got to sit and watch this freaking movie. I love Jason Statham, so I was like, why haven't I watched this yet? And Brian's always about his shark movies, and he's always talking about shark movies. So I just watched it, and I really liked it.
It's fun.
I thought it was fun.
It's a very fun movie.
Yes, there's some CGI stuff that might be a little iffy. There might be a little iffy stuff here and there, but it's just a fun movie.
I will say because the debate with Jaws, I was like the Meg horror elements theoretically not a horror film. It's more action based.
It's a lot of action.
So no, that one is not theoretically horror. Just horror elements because shark rips people apart.
They did have some homage scenes to Jaws in it.
That they did.
I recognized that was cool. Yeah, so we're going to have to do Meg 2.
Yes.
We'll talk about it more then. We'll talk about the first one and that one.
I have to figure out I'm going to do for Shark Week because I really want to do a Shark Week for the store. Because that is end of the month.
Well, we're gonna do
me and Brian here, the other Brian, camera Brian. we're coming up with like just ideas we could do for Shark Week.
Yeah, we're gonna do some Shark Week stuff. Well, we're gonna watch and talk about the flood that week, though. That's not a shark, but
that's a crocodile.
That's a crocodile.
Close enough.
So next week we are going to have special guest Tom Devlin on the podcast. So that's going to be fun. He's going to join us.
It's always fun seeing him.
Yeah. He's a big talker, he said, so he should have lots to say. I love it. We're going to have some questions for him. We're going to talk about his movie Teddy Told Me To and everything else, whatever he wants to talk about. So that'll be a fun one next week, and that will air next Friday for our podcast. And then the week after that, we'll do The Flood.
Yes, which does come out today, on demand. I guess it went to some theaters, but sadly not here. But I am watching it literally tonight. As you're watching this tonight, I'm probably already watching this.
Oh, awesome!
Because I've been very excited since the trailer dropped for it.
Right,
and we had
talked about it with Devaney too on the podcast.
I'm so excited to watch it.
It looks like a big action-packed movie too. Yeah, I really liked the Meg, Brian. I'm so glad I watched that one. I really am. I'm just gonna say it.
I would say if you've watched the movie, go read the books because the books are so much gorier than the movie.
Okay, so everybody was telling me that when I posted that I watched that. I literally did not know that there was books.
Yeah,
I was probably the only one that didn't know there was books.
Yeah, there's about 6, as of now, I think 6 books.
Okay.
And it follows Jonas and his family, like as the books go on.
Have you read any of them?
I've read all of them.
Okay.
I have all of them.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
Like so.
I just didn't know that.
So like the big spot in this new trailer, really is with the T-Rex and the shark coming out. That is actually the opening of the very first book.
There's a T-Rex?
Did you not watch the trailer for the new one? It opens in the Jurassic period with the
I guess
T-Rex.
I didn't.
Oh, you're gonna have to watch the trailer.
I thought I did, but I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a sequence where the T-Rex is chasing critters on a beach, and he gets stuck in the water, and then the shark comes out of the water and just yanks him right backwards.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
So not only do you get giant sharks, you get dinosaurs in the
All
snow.
Right. And Jason Statham. Which he knows how to swim. He is a professional swimmer. Just saying. Go Jason. And then the week after that, we're going to do the Haunted Mansion.
Yes. Which I'm excited for that. I like this new spooky take that they're doing on it.
Yeah.
And it has a great cast as well.
Yeah, it does. My best friend Noah, I know he's excited for that one. So we are going to do a podcast on it, Noah. He loves our podcast. He watches the podcast. So we'll do Haunted Mansion, and then we don't have anything else scheduled after that. So far, that's what we have scheduled. But we'll figure it out. But let's go into Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion. So we had just gotten in these giant plushies from Super 7. So it's all 3 of the Hitchhiker ghosts. You get them individually.
I'm about to move.
You got fuzzies.
Yep, there's fuzzies on this one. Hold on.
So they're all $25. They're individual. There's no bundle deal or anything.
Yeah, they just come like that.
Yeah, so.
It's a little odd. I think Super 7 normally doesn't do plushies, and then they just come out with these, and it was just like, oh, okay.
But I mean, it's very cool because you don't get much Haunted Mansion stuff out there.
Right.
I think Super 7 is the only one that has done Haunted Mansion stuff.
Well, the reaction figures came out or did really well. They sold really well.
Well, I was saying that's Super 7.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, so I mean, the fact that they did plushies, I would like to see them do the other characters.
Yeah, it's always them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always the 3 Hitchhikers.
It is. Why is that? I wonder.
I think they're like the
Just
mascots.
Yeah, kind of like the face that, like, you just see them and you know it's Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Okay. But yep, those are in store and online if you would like to have one of those plushies.
I was saying there's not many of them. There's only 6 of each. character. So, and then once they're gone, I might order some more or not. Depends on how fast they sell.
Mm-hmm. Crane machine.
The
Can't
claw.
wait to get. Yeah, claw, crane claw, whatever. I can't wait to get one of those. Which our pinball machine is doing really well. This Brian over here is like the king of the pinball machine right now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just beat my score.
See if you can come in and beat his score.
So I can beat it again.
But that's been super fun in the store for everybody. So, yay.
Which kind of leads us into this guy.
There you go.
Look at this
our
guy.
Pinball machine is Iron Maiden.
we just got in this Peace of Mind Iron Maiden head knocker guy.
He is so
And
cool.
it's a very cool piece. Like, I want one from my place.
It's awesome. I love these head knockers.
So this guy is 40. Yes, 40, and he is also available in store and online.
Did we have any others in stock of the head knockers still?
We got the Predators. There's some
really cool. The Predator, I love it.
There's a few Freddys left, and then there's some Jack Skellingtons.
Okay. The Freddy ones, those have been out for a long
Yeah,
time.
the Freddy vs. Jason, which is cool because if you buy them together, they actually snap together to make one.
Do they?
giant
Okay, but
piece.
so this is the thing about that. Did they fix it to where they do?
Oh, hell yes.
Oh, we just was talking about Super 7.
Super
Okay, real quick though. Did they fix it to where they do? Because when I started Nightmare Toys and I started ordering those, a long time ago when they first came out, they came out with a piece that has the verses, the VS for verses, and that piece went in the middle to connect them. And when I started buying those from NECA is when they stopped doing that. And I remember calling them and being like, hey, is there supposed to be some type of versus piece? Because people were asking me that were buying it. And I didn't know yet, of my product yet because it was just new to me. And they were like, yeah, we stopped doing that because some people only wanted one. And so I guess it came together at one point in time.
It's supposed to come come together. Now I think they have it to where it still comes together. It just doesn't have the verses.
Well, what I'm saying is it used to, when they first did it, it came together as one.
Oh, like one giant piece.
Yes, because I think, if I remember correctly, what they told me is people were wanting just one or the other and not both, so they stopped doing that to where they connected. And I was just like, well, now all my people want it to connect.
Well, I would say they should make it to where you get the option of any of them.
Right? So that's what my question is.
Yeah.
I mean, do they still connect without the verses? Did they fix that or not?
It's still supposed to connect without the verses. Because like when you look at them, you could still like put them like flush right next to each other.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's kind of weird that it doesn't have the verses. Like it just says Freddy Jason.
Yeah, I remember that when I first bought them, and everybody was like, "Well, where's the verses?" I'm like, "Huh? I don't know." And then I called or I talked to somebody, and that's what was my answer. I'm like, okay, whatever. But all those are online and in store too.
Yep.
And then we also got in some Five Nights at Freddy Foxies.
Tie-dye.
Tie-dye Foxies. Isn't that cute? That's good for kids. A lot of kids recently been asking for Five Nights at Freddy stuff, and we're trying to get a little bit of it in with the new movie coming out.
Coming out Halloween.
Halloween.
Which it's open against Saw. So I'm kind of intrigued now.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I'm like, all right. So, well, I mean, Saw I'm going to have to go see in theaters. Because, I mean, it's Saw. I'm not going to watch it at home.
It's called X.
Saw X. Because it's the 10th one.
Yeah.
Theoretically. But with Five Nights at Freddy, which I think they're doing the smart thing about, you have it to where you could see it in theaters or you could watch it on Peacock the same day. How they did during the pandemic with Halloween and a few of our horror movies. I think it makes sense with it being mainly geared for kids because kids can, just watch it at home.
Right.
And then go trick-or-treating or something.
It looks pretty good to me. I don't know nothing about the games or anything, but it looks actually pretty good.
Say, yeah, we just talked with your daughter about it.
I know. And now, that I seen the trailer last night when I watched Red Door, I was like, oh, this looks actually pretty creepy and decent. And then a good cast.
It has a very good cast. Like I said, I'm going to watch it at home. I don't want to deal with a theater full of
I'll
teenage
probably just watch it
kids
at
or
home
anything.
too. I wonder how. I mean, how geared towards kids it is, though.
I mean, it's PG-13.
Is okay.
Yeah, so. And kids are the ones playing the games.
True.
Unless you started playing them like when they first started, then they might get that fan base too. Probably will. I mean, I think it'll do good. Just because it's PG-13.
I'm ready for something different, to be honest with you.
I don't know if it'll do what Megan did.
Right. But what if it does?
Well, then they're going to have another franchise on their hands. And I'm going to expect a lot of merchandise coming.
Another confusing franchise.
Well, I'm excited to see that, I think.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I would say. And then we'll get our first glimpse at Saw 10 Midsummer Scream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is coming up in, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah, coming up here soon.
So
can't wait. So we'll be there at Midsummer Scream, so make sure you come stop by the booth and say hi. Did we save any of this new stuff for the convention or no?
No. I mean, the bobbleheads I can bring with us. The plushies, they're kind of hard to take because there's no hooks on them to display.
Right. I hate that they do that with plushies. It drives me nuts, all these companies. I need to make it a little more retail friendly.
Well, I mean, NECA has the hooks in them. Like, they actually do
The
it.
kid robot ones.
The kid robot ones. But yeah, they're just hard to display.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the only thing.
It's very hard to display these right here.
Yeah. I will say, we do have the Hug Me Chuckies that we're bringing with us. That vibrate.
Yeah.
So we'll have those.
Well, I think we should have some good stuff. I can't wait to meet Tom Holland.
I would say, yeah. Tom and Christine, Elise, and Alex are
all going to be there.
Are going to be there. I'm excited for the Lost Boys people.
Yeah, love.
Yeah. Not Spider-Man Tom Holland.
I know that. Now.
So,
so
so the new Spider-Man's name is Tom Holland.
Oh. Okay, I'm like,
so,
huh?
So don't
Sorry.
be getting people's hopes up. They'll be like, I came here to see Spider-Man. Wrong Tom Holland.
Yeah, no. Oh my god. I love Midsummer Scream. That's just going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a fun show. So, and I like it's geared more towards the vendors.
Yeah, but they have the few guests.
But they have a lot of more guests this year than they did last year.
Yeah, definitely they do. And they always did all the haunted house stuff too that you can go through. So I'm very excited about that. Brian, are you coming to video? Well, we need to make that happen, don't we?
I would like to. Every single convention I've been to so far has been amazing.
This one though, like I said, with the haunted house stuff that they set up for you to go through and all this other stuff going on, like we really need to get all that in video.
I was saying they have the Saw experience there, which will be part of it. So
I seen something they're gonna have some sort of pizza truck. I seen that.
I never saw that. I already have my my root beer thing packed.
I bet you do.
I have one too. Let's go.
See, you have to go now.
Let's go. I have to go now.
You have to go now. Who had? Hold on. I might be thinking of somebody else. Hold on a minute. Yeah, Midsummer Scream. Pizza Planet truck.
Pizza Planet.
Planet?
Yeah.
This is getting cooler.
I know.
Farewell, my friends. We
They
go
did
to a better
whole
place.
post on it.
Oh, because they had the truck last year, right? They had the truck where it was like the zombie aliens eating the people. Yeah, that was fun. That was a cool photo op.
Yeah, so that'll be there.
Well, I want to go.
Yes. Must. And I remember one time me and Liz is Brian's wife, we ran off from the booth and we walked into the part where all the haunted house stuff is set up, and then we caught a slider show. I don't know if people know what sliders are, but sliders are like the people, like the clowns and all the creepy people,
The annoying ones.
cosplayed, and they have all the stuff on their hands and they slide. They're called sliders. Those people.
They annoy me.
I know, because I remember when me and Liz went, and we came back, and we thought the show that we just went in there, and they just started this big show, and everybody crowded around, and we watched. It was really fun and really cool what they were doing. They were doing some pretty amazing stuff, and then we get back and tell y'all, and you and Dylan are both like, yeah, they annoy me.
Because they're doing it like up and down the aisles.
Continuously. But the show was cool though because it was a whole bunch of them, and then they were like jumping over things and going under things, and it was
See,
fun.
that I probably would like to see,
That was
but
fun.
when you're just sliding in front of us, I'm like, okay, that's just making noise. Like
That's the whole point.
We're
Make noise,
over it.
Freak you out. Yep. That's fun. What else?
so, literally just handed these.
Yep.
Which
Just got
I'm
handed some
excited
new
about.
stuff.
Return of the Living Dead reaction figures.
Oh, I'm gonna have to take some home.
These will be on the website right now.
Oh my
You
God, they're
could get
so
one.
cool.
Actually, we ordered 12 of these, so I think I'm going to take 6 of each one to the show with us.
Oh, so we should have ordered 13. So I
They
can
come in
have-
cases of 6.
Well, let me see.
So they're very cool. It's trash and suicide,
Yes, it is.
which I think is awesome because there's not enough Return of the Living Dead
No.
merch.
That is so freaking cool. These are awesome,
Yeah.
and I love the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork on them is amazing. So we'll have those up on the website. I guess I'm going to have to order more because these are going to sell super fast.
Yeah, we need to order more because I need to have a set. You need to have a set.
Yeah.
Brian needs a set. We all need a set,
So, and then I know
right?
there are going to be a new wave of Simpson Treehouse of Horror figures coming.
Oh, really?
So I already have those ordered. So,
Really?
yeah. So, and the best figure of the new series coming is Nightmare Willie.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited for that one. I think that's going to be the only one that sells. Maybe Witch Marge.
Oh.
So,
Why do they keep doing Simpson stuff? Just a question. I don't care. I just
you know,
wanna
I don't mind this.
I don't mind it either. I just
like
wanna
that it's
know.
the Treehouse of Horrors because it's something I grew up with tremendously. Like every Halloween, I had to watch it. Not so much now because I mean they're on like season like 50, but but like growing up, like the stories were like the 80s horror and whatnot, or even they had some Edgar Allan Poe, some War of the Worlds.
See, I missed out.
So it's
I didn't see any of that.
Um,
I'm sorry.
well, I was like they're all on Disney Plus right now. Thumbs up.
Well, can I just watch the Halloween?
You can. I think every
Can
so
I? Oh.
so last year for Halloween they came up with like a whole collection of whatever Halloween stuff they had available, and part of it was just the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, to where they just took every episode from the seasons and they had it all in one collection,
Oh.
and
Well, that's nice.
it made it a lot easier honestly to watch.
We did good with the Funko Pops that had came out. of them.
We did good with the Funko Pops.
They were cute.
and the blind mystery guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
So-
Yep. I
so-
wasn't never the hugest Simpsons fan. I know. God, I'm just getting annihilated by everybody today. But let me explain that. I'm old, so I remember when they began on the Tracy Ullman show. I used to watch the Tracy Ullman show on Fox with Married with Children back in the day. Y'all were not even born yet.
Hey, I'm married with children.
You weren't born yet. This was
I know Al Bundy.
this was Fox, and they had Married with Children and Full House and
I know Full House too.
Tracy Ullman show. I know, but not right when I started watching it. And I remember
You want to go down this rabbit hole? Step by step. Family Matters.
that's a little later, but yes, I watched Family Matters. But I remember Simpsons being on Tracy Ullman show and just like, and I was like, oh, that's cool, that's cute, okay. And I was a kid, so I thought that was cute. And then they started The Simpsons, and I did watch The Simpsons at that point. I guess just when I got older and more into other things, I just lost interest in The Simpsons.
I think once they got to season 17, I was done.
I think I might have only watched the first two seasons.
Because at that point, I'm like, even the Treehouse of Horrors episodes, I'm like, all right, I really don't care anymore at this point.
There you
To
go.
that point,
Up to that point, it was
Go.
fire. All
It
of it
is
was so
insane how they have
Like-
predicted a lot of stuff, though.
Good. Yes, it is.
That's really weird.
Oh, 100%.
So who do we accredit that for? The writers, I guess?
Oh no, it's probably Illuminati. I'm not getting involved.
There's Illuminati on The Simpsons. I don't know. That is strange, though. I have watched other episodes here and there throughout all these years. And for me to remember it being on the Tracy Ullman show, and that's where it got its start, and it's still going is insane to me. It's insane.
Yeah. And it keeps going.
It keeps
There's
going.
No end in sight.
And you know what? You know another thing we're getting from my childhood? Barbie.
I'll pass.
I know. That's why I mentioned it, because you already said you're like, yeah, no.
I will be seeing Oppenheimer instead.
I usually do not watch much non-horror stuff anymore too much, but I just really want to watch Barbie.
Yeah, which I was like, what? It's going to be like the highest grossing movie of the year.
Watch. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And I'm doing like, yeah, I still don't care. And not to take away from the people that made it. It's just, it's not my
They
thing.
actually made the mansion, though.
Yeah, and they made the car too.
I know. Isn't that insane?
And there's
though?
like a million different Kens.
It's
And you
so
have John
insane.
Cena as a mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if people will see him, but sorry.
And you
joke.
can actually, like, it's a bed and breakfast to home. They turn into bed and breakfast for a little while. I've seen this on the news. And you can actually rent it out.
Well, oh well. I bet it's expensive.
Oh, I bet it is. But how cool would that to be, going down the water slide from the side of the house and all this stuff and everything's yeah, that'd be cool. I hate pink, but I liked Barbie.
But man, would it be funny to watch Phil's face go in there. So we're staying here for the bit.
Right? Come on. Even though it's girly.
He's on the left
come on,
somewhere.
y'all.
It's on the
Do y'all not just think that's kind of cool that they built that, though, and you can actually stay in it?
No,
Come
that's-
on.
yeah.
I was saying, it's very cool. I mean,
I know, it's very pink. It's very girly. It's just weird that I like that, because I'm not girly like that. I just always like Barbies.
is it on the beach?
Where was it? I can't remember where it was. I think it is in Malibu
Isn't
or
it
something, isn't it?
Barbie's Malibu Beach
Malibu?
House?
Yeah, I think it is in Malibu.
So if it's on the beach, they failed.
Well, this is true. I can't remember if they actually... I think they did. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, it should actually be on Malibu.
But yeah. I don't know. I'll be seeing Cobweb that weekend.
Yes. No, I want to see Cobweb
Which-
too. I just wanted to mess with you about Barbie. Cobweb looks good.
It does.
Yeah, we want to watch that.
I would say it finally got a R rating yesterday, which I'm like kind of close. At that point, just release it unrated.
I seen the trailer for it last night. Finally, a good trailer for it. And then I seen a trailer for another Russell Crowe movie with like. And
Oh,
it was
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
lion just attacks him, and so is that more of like a drama action movie?
Superhero.
Oh, it's a superhero. See,
Yeah, he's a nemesis to Spider-Man. Spider-Man. He's going to be a
Really?
villain. Yeah.
oh, I just thought it was just a movie.
No, I mean the movie looks cool.
Yeah, it does look
I mean,
cool.
it's weird that Russell Crowe is another superhero movie. I think he's done like 5 now, but
I finally watched Pope's Exorcist too.
I've still yet to watch it.
I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that bad as some people were saying. I thought it was decent.
I've yet to watch it. The Blackening just went on video on demand.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that movie.
Yeah, I need to watch
Like
that.
it is honestly one of my favorite horror movies this year.
You heard it from Brian. There you go. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks funny.
It's phenomenal.
Was it really funny though too?
Yeah, it's so
Do
funny.
you get like blood, gore, and
Oh
funny?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like
okay.
the blood and gore is all there, but it's also hilarious.
Okay. Well, I want to watch that too. Yeah, I seen that it was.
It's very aware of itself and
I
what they
think you
try
could
to do with it.
rent it for $20 right now. I
Yeah,
think.
it's part of that Fandango at home or whatever they're doing now.
Oh, I seen it on Amazon, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, highly recommend it. It was second favorite movie this year, right behind Evil Dead Rises.
I don't know what my favorite movie is this year yet. I'm not sure.
There's been a lot of crap shows, like
Yeah.
honestly, it's been a lot
Yeah.
crappy movies. I'm noticing the trend. If it's an independent movie, odds are it's really good. If it's a big studio movie, it's probably a piece of crap. Like I'm noticing this. Like even
Heard
from
it from
last year.
Brian.
I mean, with the exception of Scream, because now a big studio, Paramount, like every other movie, I really haven't cared for. And I can't really say Evil Dead Rises is a big studio movie because it was supposed to go to HBO Max. Like it was supposed to be digital right away.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Which I find it funny that Evil Dead Rises is supposed to be HBO Max, was a big hit for them in the box office, but yet The Flash failed horribly for them, which was their big, like, that was their gemstone for the year,
Right.
and it failed horribly.
Oh, well.
Which is sad because Michael Keaton was the shit as Batman. Sorry, Lynn.
I might have to watch it just for that.
And this new Supergirl was so hot. I'll say that. And she did good. She did really good. But really see it just for Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I haven't heard a whole lot of people talk about it or really say anything. It was like everybody was talking about it beforehand and was excited, and then it's just like...
Yeah, I'm seeing like a
I don't know.
trend where these big Hollywood movies are failing horribly.
I'm with you. I'm liking some of the smaller movies, more of the independent movies.
Which I'm kind of worried now about Mission Impossible, honestly, because I love that franchise so much. But it's like just after seeing Indiana Jones, I'm like, crap.
Was Indiana Jones bad?
It was better than the Crystal Skull movie, but not by much.
Oh.
Like, my fears of it going in were accurate.
Oh, y'all. Well, okay.
I'll tell you off. I'll tell you off air.
I really just don't trust any franchise after the trilogy. I don't think so.
Some have, kind of gone well after 3.
Some.
Not much, but
many.
not many, but some.
Why is that, y'all? Y'all think they just run out of steam on the story?
I think people just get tired
or
of them.
people get tired, or maybe they just start doing movies more
honestly,
just for cash cows.
And I was like, I think
Yeah.
what people have been saying these past few years are true. Unless it's like an original idea, people don't want to go see it because they've already seen it. And
Right.
you're seeing it now with even all these superhero movies are starting to decline, like analysts predicted, which, I mean, it's been this whole war of Marvel DC, but even Marvel movies are declining now. You have Disney with all their live action remakes, those are heavily declining, to where even Pixar is declining, which is something
Yeah.
I never thought I would see.
But Pixar declining?
It goes really well.
Elements has been bombed horribly for them.
It did?
It bombed horribly for them. To where there was an article that came out said that just at this point alone, Disney was losing $900 million just from theater.
Yeah, but that's also Disney. That's not.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all the money that they put in. Like the Indiana Jones movie was like $265 million to make or something like that. They're not going to recoup that money.
Right. Well, don't think we'll get a new Indiana Jones ride or anything at Disney World, will we?
No, I was like, this was the farewell for Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
I mean, unless they go prequel routes, which even then, I don't want to see it.
No, we don't need to do that.
Like we did it with the TV show, which the TV show was okay, but I don't need any Indiana.
I think we should just be done.
Yeah, I think we need to be done with a lot of these things.
Yeah, everybody keeps rebooting everything that was good in the 80s and 90s and keeps rebooting it and rebooting it and rebooting it. And
It's an original IP and it's still making money. They will.
But
Continue to do it.
But you have to look at the money you're bringing in, though. Like you could say, oh yeah, we made like let's say this Transformers movie, which it was supposed to be their big reboot for the franchise, to where they're going to start pulling in our properties. Which, spoiler, if you haven't seen it, they bring in G.I. Joe. They tie it into it.
wait, what?
What?
G.I. Joe got tied into this new Transformers movie.
Really?
Yes.
Wait.
And they're like,
G.I.
oh, yeah.
Joe and Transformers?
We're
oh
like-
my god!
Oh, we're making great money. I'm like, but you're really not. This new movie made like, I don't know, somewhere between $400 and $500 million, which, hearing it, like, oh wow, that's really good. The movies used to make billions of dollars.
Right.
So it's like, at that point, what are we doing here?
Right.
Like, if you're barely making back costs just from the movie, I mean, granted, I don't know what they're making after toys and merchandise and all that, but just, the budget of the movie plus the, marketing of the movie.
Right.
If you can't even break even from that, then you probably
not
shouldn't
good.
be making them.
Right. I always wanted a Transformer. I never did get one. Did you have any?
I had some.
Yeah, no one ever bought me one, even though I had it on my Christmas list. I didn't get one.
All right. We're probably boring.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We went off on a whole
did.
bunch of other movies.
So
I think that's really about it, though. With all
moral of the
rest
story, go see Insidious.
Yes, go see Insidious 5, Red Door. And then all the other ones, 1 and 2 are on Max. 3 is on Tubi, and I don't know what 4 is streaming on.
1 and 2 were on Tubi at one point. I don't know if they still are.
I kept putting in Insidious, and the only one
The only thing that
popped
came
up
out was 3. So they probably took 1 and 2 off then.
But 1 and 2 is on Max. So, and 4 again, I don't know where it's
Yeah.
streaming. I couldn't find it anywhere.
I know Vudu has a bundle for all 5 of them. I think it's like $40 or something.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that's cool.
But you only get the first 4 as of now. But then the 5th one gets added to your account once it's released.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was wondering.
But
okay.
even then, it doesn't take long. It takes like 2 weeks now after it goes into the theaters. Like it's like a fast turnaround now.
Yeah. Well, I highly suggest all of them, don't you?
I don't suggest 4.
Oh, stop.
I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to tell people not to watch something.
I'm not telling them not to watch it either. I just said I don't suggest it. There's a difference. I will flat out say when I don't like something.
Yes, you will.
Yep.
That's good.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't care if it causes controversy or any of that crap. I will stay true to myself.
Make a post.
Oh,
See what happens.
Oh, we made a good video.
Yeah. Y'all, did y'all see the new comment on that? Somebody else was like, I didn't even watch the rest of it because she made that comment.
Oh, they're gonna love my video then.
No, I can't wait to see it. That's why after that, I seen that and I seen everybody's comments. But then one person did make the comment that the post did exactly what we wanted it to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just so everybody knows this, there are lots and lots and lots of people out there that will make posts just for interaction, just to get a rise out of y'all. And so
this way
we won.
we won. Exactly. So what we're talking about is there's a little video post that Nikki is in, and she says something about Halloween Ends, because we're talking about the Halloween Ends mask. That's what we're trying to sell. And she says it's the worst movie, and we did that on purpose to get some interaction on our post. And what happened? Y'all interacted, and y'all had something to say about it. It worked. So then I made a post on my Instagram saying that Halloween Michael Myers is like one of the most controversial franchises that just makes everybody argue and divided. And it is, okay? And what happened on my post? I got, so far, 160 comments on it. And then I post, just saying, then after that I post my wonderful Night of the Demons collection, whole video and everything, and I get what? 15 comments. See? Michael Myers makes everybody say something. My post did exactly what I wanted it to do, and so did the post on Nightmare Toys. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. Y'all commented.
Well, we have a nice fun video, which in reality it was a video for our anniversary for one of the movies in the franchise. But we had fun with it.
Resurrection?
Yes.
Yes, that was the yesterday, wasn't it?
Today.
Is it today? No, yes, it's today. That's right.
It's today. So not only were we, because we do still have some of the figures left of the Resurrection 12-inch figures. So we did, the post was really for that, but it's also the anniversary, and, well, I just had fun with it.
Good.
So
I have fun with Resurrection. Right on.
Mm-hmm. I should have wore the shirt today. But.
All right, well, we're going to leave it there.
Next week, Tom Devlin.
Yeah, next week we'll have Tom Devlin. So we will see y'all next week. Bye.